I get in trouble. Alexa, stop.
I cannot do that for the street.
Alexa, stop. Tell me what you can't do. Hey, y'all. It's Dee. Got my hand all in the camera. Forgive me. Forgive me. So, Palo Santo will be here soon. Ooh, you know what? I will. Oh man, I gotta stop using my incense as a lighter. Look at that. The other half is sitting in my ancestral bowl over there, sitting on top of the sage. Okay. Guess who's feeling better? You know, because we ain't never down too long. Never. I came to the conclusion that I think the reason why I started clearing my throat quite a bit, especially during these videos, is because energies don't want me to talk. You're attacking my throat chakra, but we rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Okay? So, without further ado, some flow to water. We rebuke and remove anything that is negative that will come up against us right now. May my throat chakra remain clear and open and free to speak the message of which the Lord would have me speak on this day, as I am the conduit, the happy conduit to deliver any messages that come through me. Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for our ancestors. Thank you for this day. Thank you for waking us up this day. Thank you for, hold on one second, be right back. Sorry about that. I'm back. My teenage children like to roughhouse and wait until I start recording to get it in right outside my door. So we're going to start this over. Thank you, Father God, for waking us up this day. Thank you for our ancestors, for protecting us as we sleep and bestowing upon us the great wisdoms and protection and guidance that only the ancestors that mean us well will provide. All the rest may be dismissed, never to come back in our presence again. We thank our holy angels, our archangels, for being on assignment. We're going to fix that now. Being on assignment and healing us and guiding us and protecting us as only they can. And we thank you for them accepting the assignment. Lord God, we thank you for this day and this opportunity to continue to be utilized in your kingdom. I love you and I praise you. Amen. You may hear rattles in the background because I have a loft right outside my bedroom door, and I believe my son is doing cardio. We're supposed to reopen my gym this weekend, but because we have so much to do, it may have to wait till tomorrow, because where there's no way we will be able to reopen the gym today unless we got up at like 4 a.m. And baby needs her sleep. Okay. So let's get a little sandalwood to ground. I hope I'm using this right. Somebody gave it to me for my birthday. And grounding. Grounding is so important, y'all. If you learn how to ground indoors, I can teach you. Maybe we'll do a session on that, on how to ground, how to bring your energy. Once you learn how to ground, it's like, you know, it don't take nothing but a second for you to do that. Someone taught me how to ground. I took some courses. Shout out to the Clairvoyancy Center of Chicago. I'm in the middle of a program there. And once you learn how to ground and to be aware of your chakras, it's easy. Easy is 1, 2, 3. And of course, we love easy because easy is easy. All right, so enough with the shenanigans. My children will behave. Let's get it going, shall we? Where do we begin? I'm so glad I pushed through it yesterday, because in comparison, yesterday versus today, I definitely am a lot more perky. How y'all feeling, y'all? Happy Saturday. It's the weekend, baby. You made it. Nothing from yesterday or last week or the month before or the years before it matter. Tomorrow is a mystery and today is a gift. So be present with me. Be present with me. Being present is so important because you miss out on so much when you're not, you know. The first 9 years of my children's lives were probably the hardest of my life. I mean, I had went through things before they had been born, but child, the first 9 years was the ultimate challenge. I literally was on my unit or at home with my children, or my children were with me. I had no break in between. It was unit, kids, 9 years straight. Okay. And during that time, you know, I catered to them. You know, they talk about being on the back burner, honey. I wasn't even in the kitchen. Okay. I made sure my children had what they needed at all times, as best as I could, juggling 3 different people simultaneously. Meanwhile, holding down a career, a household. I'm talking about traveling, all of that. Did all of that. I think of my younger self and I'm like, I'm so freaking proud of you, sweetheart. I'm so proud of you. And anybody that's going through it right now, know that my love and my strength is with you because I've been there and I understand. When it's just you against the world and your babies, I don't wish that on nobody. But if you are in that situation, I'm sending you all the love and the strength because I know, child, I know. That's for whoever needs it. But back to being present, oftentimes I wasn't able or didn't truly understand what it meant to be present, nor was I fully able to be present half the time because I was having to juggle 3 different people in my mind at all times, making sure all of our needs were met. And I have 2 children who have, you know, different diagnoses that have to be dealt with. My oldest was in required weekly appointments, you know, and my youngest is a whole handful in himself. And if I wasn't paying for daycare, only time I paid for daycare was when I had to be on the unit. And it's not a sob story. It's just a testament to the importance of being present. Like, you know, time is gonna keep on ticking. You know, and I have enough pictures and videos to relive their entire childhood. I'm not even joking. I pay the monthly subscription. I have receipts. But if I could go back in time and do it all over again, some of the things that I was consumed by emotionally, energetically, the people that I was around, the family, all of that. Which I think is why it's so important for us as the older generation to make sure that we're talking to our younger generation about the do's and don'ts. People don't get it twisted. People gonna do what they want to do. You know, I could tell my boy something blue in the face, hey, you probably don't want to go that route. And I ultimately give them the autonomy to make their own decisions. But you can't say I didn't tell you. Okay? Can't say I didn't warn you. Can't say I didn't give you my 2 pennies. That's for what they're worth, you know. It's more than what I was given. I literally had a parent who wanted me to go out and fail so that I would have to crawl back. It's evil. Anyway, we got 2 cards out here. Let's get it going. And for those of you who don't know me, I am D with 1 E. Don't play with me. I don't care what the English language says. It's D with 1 E. Okay. I am a nurse. I am a personal trainer. I am your spiritual therapist. I'm your big sister, honey. I am a travel agent. I am a motivational speaker. I am a whole lot more. Okay, but that's what comes to mind right now. Financial advisor, all of that. and someone who absolutely enjoys sharing my wisdom and coaching you along to a brighter day, because there will be brighter days. Okay. All right. And I love God. And if you love God, you love the universe, you understand who you are, you all right with me. The rest of y'all, get up off my channel. All right. Because you know people going to be nosy. And I'm returning all that negative energy that you could possibly even think to have towards me back to you 10 times fold. And God don't play about me, so I think you should be real careful. Okay? Because me and Karma, we like this, baby boo. We will all be held accountable. And what you think up here does manifest. So you think those nasty thoughts don't count? They do. They do. All right, anyway. And I'm going to put a pin in that because I just thought about something, but we'll come back to it. Commit to the Lord, whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. Proverbs 16:3. We just got this. Come on, Lord. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope or confidence. Helen Keller. All right, look, I'm not rigging these cards. I'm letting them come out as they're supposed to. So if I get the same card, it ain't me. It's the divine. And the divine knows that somebody needed to hear that. What I want to put a pin in. Oh, if you encounter someone and want to know what type of person they were or are, if you have the ability somehow to see, like, let's say this is family or someone close to you, their first half of their life is going to dictate the second half of their life. Are they living comfortable and pretty like moi? Or are they out here struggling and still hurting? Because you sow your seeds in the first half of your life. And it's amazing because you hear people who are like, oh, I was just young and stupid. Your older self gonna pay for that. Just know that. If you out here hurting people, you walking around here unhealed, being the lowest vibrational version of yourself as possible, you can heal. You can do the shadow work. You can do all of that. But karma is gonna come back around. You're gonna have to pay that karmic debt. It's just the way it goes. Even if you get yourself on a straight and narrow, you're gonna have to go through it. Even okay, so for instance, let's say someone was a drug addict and now they're clean. Every drug addict will tell you they had to go through the purging process. They had to go through the withdrawals. They had to go through those dark nights of the soul where they had to confront that demon. And then once you confront it, you move on. Most narcissists, the second half of their life is hell because they get worse. You would think they would get better, honey. They get nastier. They get meaner. They get more disrespectful because death is on that ass. And so is karma. And the devil wants his payment. And that's your soul. So if you sell your soul the first half of your life, good luck to you. But for the rest of us, I don't mean listen, I would say I don't mean to flee no harm, but I'm gonna tell you right now, me and insects, we gotta understand it. I don't like you, and I'm gonna need you not to like me. Now, I understand that messages can come through bugs, but the divine knows how to set me up in such a way where it's always from a very comfortable distance. Okay? Because butterflies barely get a pass, baby. I remember riding my bike. I'm trying to throw something away under my altar. I remember riding my bike. And it was this beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful warm day outside where it's not too warm, not too cool. A little bit of a breeze, the sun is shining, and the divine is just talking to me. Just really, truly connecting with nature. And this butterfly came around the corner, and this butterfly decided to fly with me. Right over my right handle bar. Just like right here in my space. And I mean, it really rolled with me for a hot little minute there. I mean, and it kept up with me, obviously, because I ride fast, honey. And it was such a beautiful moment, and then it just flew away. Gorgeous butterfly, and just flew away. They barely get a pass, because it's still a bug at the end of the day. Them wings is beautiful, but what's attached to them wings? I remember one day, I kid you not, I have a video of this. There was a dragonfly literally banging on my front door. I'm not even kidding. I think, I'm trying to remember what happened where we realized this was happening. I don't, because we normally come through it a separate way in my house, but the front door, I don't know if we heard the knocking or we came through the front door for some strange reason or whatever the case was. But point is, I opened my front door. It's in the evening. It's dark outside. I do remember that. And I turned on my exterior lights, and there was this boom, 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 boom. It was a dragonfly headbutting my storm door. I'm gonna have to look that one up because I'm still trying to figure out what that was about. And ladybugs. So ladybugs and butterflies, those are only two ones that get a pass. And the divine will send you messages through insects, which is so. At least mine are the cute ones, because I promise you. There was a ladybug in the ceiling of my home, which my loft in my bedroom is right off the ceiling of my living room. Love this house. Spoken into existence when I was 17. Very unique. Love this layout. If I ever decide to move away, I speak that the perfect family come in behind us, because there is so much love in the very foundation of this home. But I remember recently, this was in the last couple months, which is really bizarre because this is not even the season, okay? It was still winter. And this had to have been between November, December. I was walking into my bedroom, and there was a ladybug in the ceiling of my living room. And I'm like, what you doing? A ladybug? Okay. All right, girl. Sir. Whatever. And then, like, a succession of days had gone by, and this ladybug was making its way slowly but surely to my bedroom. So it went from the because my ceiling is high, but it's slanted. Beautiful ceiling. I always wanted to put a skylight in it, but But anyway, it eventually made it to the ceiling in my bedroom here. And it hung out for a couple of days. And I was like, oh, so you're just going to be my roommate for a little bit, huh? And I didn't see it anymore. But it was the middle of the winter. Insects can be absolute messengers. And the divine knows I'm not going to kill a butterfly. I ain't going to mess with no dragonfly. And I'm certainly not going to kill a ladybug. But the rest of these out here, I know someone who was absolutely infested with roaches, and that is a spiritual sign of that ain't good. That ain't good at all. It is absolutely a message of decay and stagnant energy, and this person definitely operated in nasty energies. Okay. So I'm not sure where that came from, but I guess that was needed to be said. All right, told you I'm just a conduit. So, second card out. May the Lord direct your hearts into God's love and Christ's perseverance. 2 Thessalonians 3:5. I'm starting to wonder. Jesus said, I am with you always to the very end of the age. Matthew 28:20. All right, give us a card we ain't never seen before. I'm gonna hit the bottom of this deck too. One of these days I'm gonna pull my tarot cards and show y'all how I get down, but I ain't ready yet. Not yet. Guess who got their D-Mug today? Ooh. Matter of fact, the coaster's stuck. I'm like, I'm gonna put it down here today. And the coaster's on the bottom. I have like little leather marble coasters. And the heat from the glass makes them, or the cup makes it stick. I don't know. All right, let's see what else we got. make it a daily practice to meditate. Even if it's for 5 minutes. They have meditations that you can do while you're driving. Like, they're specifically designed to do while you're driving so that you don't hit anybody. For those who are like, I commute. Well, they got ones for that too. And they have 5-minute ones that you can do when you're around people. I used to... There goes that throat chakra. It's mine. Me. My voice is mine and mine alone, and I rebuke anyone or anything that's trying to come against it. So I promise y'all, I won't have this issue until the video starts going. So what is up with that? But anyway, meditating. Meditating is such a huge blessing for the mind, along with the reading. As soon as I get done filming today, I'm going to get it in before we start our adventure. Everything is an adventure for me. Literally. And it has to involve food, or I'll say an adventure. But back to meditating. Do your body, your soul, your energy, everything that you are a favor and meditate. It really does help the world. We all started meditating. Do you know how better the world would be? I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. We cannot always trace God's hand, but we can always trust God's heart. Charles H. Spurgeon. I'm going to say Spurgeon. If y'all know me, I don't like butchering people's names. I've had people shorten my name to Monica. That doesn't go very well. You will get ignored. It happened. It finally happened, y'all. The card that I love so much. Now we have to have a dance party. Really? Okay. Your Father already knows your needs. Luke 12:30. Let God's promises shine on your problems. Charles Ten Boom. No, Carrie Ten Boom. That's how dim it is in here. I thought that said Charles. Why do I love this card so much? It's like saying daddy knows your needs already. All right. And my boys hate it when I say daddy because they're like, ugh. I'm so not a woman when it comes to them. I'm just like their little sister that they like to just knock over. That's not true. But my youngest, at least, definitely likes to tussle with me like I'm one of his tomboy friends that happens to be a girl. And to a certain degree, I guess I am a little bit of a Tom girl. I would say a Tommy's girl. Okay? Because when it comes to them weights, ain't nothing to play with. But your Father already knows your needs. If that ain't one of the most reassuring things, because when I think of a father, I wasn't raised with one, but I absolutely asked God to be my father when I was 5. It's in the stories in one of the videos I posted before, where I curled up in the back of my mom's car and was just like, well, I don't have a dad, so will you be my dad? You know? So when I see this passage, this card, your Father already knows your needs, understand your pleas, your prayers, your affirmations, they have not fallen into an empty black hole somewhere where it doesn't count. It's known energetically. It's in the ether. It's like giving your order to the waiter and now you get to enjoy the ambiance. It's known. And no amount of worry. There's a scripture in the Bible that's basically, I'm paraphrasing obviously, no amount of worry is going to change anything. So why bother, essentially? I believe Jesus made a statement somewhere along those lines. I see it in red because the Bible that I have, New Living Translation Bible, when Jesus speaks, it's often in red. So it just happens that this card is red. But your Father already knows your needs. He knows, Daddy knows, he got you. Okay. He knows you want that bicycle for Christmas. Or that $1 million in your bank account. He knows, he heard you. Okay. And the church said, amen. That's my favorite card. Okay, I don't know how we're gonna do this dance party, but oh, I know. Okay, we're not gonna do the dance party today, but we are gonna do a dance party. So look out for that. Over the next 2 weeks, there'll be some dancing, because your daddy knows your needs. And that's what you need to do. Like, knowing that your blessings it's kind of like, I just got a notification from Amazon, like, yeah, your order will be here today, at whatever time frame, right? Your request, your prayer, your affirmation, you have to give the universe the ability to cook. You know what I'm saying? Like, some manifestations come right away. I've had manifestations happen within 15 minutes. That's how in alignment I was. And the thought popped up in my brain, and then it was there, you know. And then some manifestations took years, like this house. I wanted it when I was 17. Well, this is what happened. I knew at 17 I wanted a house at 25. Okay. I got the house at 28. And the timing couldn't have been better. Chef's kiss. Seriously. With all the things that were happening in my life at that time, what I was going through at that time, 28 was the best time for it to happen. And especially the way that it happened and how it happened and who helped me. All of that just fell together beautifully. You are not the universe. You are a co-creator in it, but you are not it. And all the intricacies that are required, you don't have to help the universe do its job. All you need to do is just put your requests out there and sit and enjoy the ambiance. Let the waiter and the chef do their thing. They got you. And before you know it, the waiter walks up with the tray, opens up that little stand, and he serves you. And gets your order right. Okay? Yeah. So your daddy already knows your needs. Isn't that beautiful? Think of it like this too. Like, one of my favorite affirmations, aside from everything is always working out for the boys and I, even this, especially this, is universe fix it. The next time you find yourself in a situation where you're not entirely sure on which way to go, what to do, too many options, not enough options, whatever, you're all in your head about it, taking a deep breath and going, universe fix it. I don't know about you, but that gives me such a sense of relief. Because it's like, you know what? It's not for me to figure out. The answers will come. The way will be made. The path will be opened. And knowing that it will, there's a higher power that has your back and wants to see you win, especially when you out here with good intentions in your soul. Got you, boo. Universe, like, I got you. Daddy knows your needs. I got you. But yeah, write that on your mirror or something somewhere. I highly recommend, it used to be the Crayola window markers, but no, the Expo window markers are phenomenal. Write your affirmations on your mirrors in your house. Okay, vision boards are fantastic, don't get me wrong. But if you're going to be in a mirror every day, at least put something on there that reminds you, even if you don't look directly at it. I have mirrors all over my house, and especially in this little sanctuary of mine, this little piece of my kingdom just for me. I have affirmations written all over it. My boys do too. They have affirmations written up in their bathrooms. I think our guest bathroom may have affirmations up in there, but even my little tiny mirror that I have, well, it's not tiny, but this mirror that I have before me in front of me, it has an affirmation up there. I can't see it right now because it's dark as ever in here, but it's on there. All right, and there's a mirror behind me. I don't even know if you can see it. The thing gonna fall out the chair. Can't see it. But in front of my lamp, like you can see the top of my lamp. Oh, there you go. There's a mirror right there. Affirmations on it too. Surround yourself with positivity. Okay? If you've been operating in pessimism, how's that going for you? How's that going for you? You might want to switch teams. Okay? Because I can't stand a pessimist. I'm good. And I'm the type of person, if you have a conversation with me, I'm going to correct you. I'm going to call you out. You know? I'm going to call you out. Stop it. And then you have the audacity to want better in life, but you're pessimistic. Okay. Last card. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their prayer. What are we just talking about? Daddy knows. 1 Peter 3:12. Put your hope in the Lord. Travel steadily along his path. Psalms 37:34. There's another card. Okay, that's it, because we're getting kind of, we got 5 out here. There's another card that talks about, or passions, I should say, where God has his hand on your shoulder or something like that and guides your path or something. It's so beautiful. All these cards are absolutely beautiful. So that's why when I get the same ones, it's a sign to me that someone needed to hear it that probably didn't hear it before or needs to have it reiterated. But we're going to get through this whole deck. I'm speaking. We get through this whole deck. God is with you. The universe is with you. It's going to reflect back to you who you are. And maybe you'll have to do some healing. Maybe you'll have to make some changes. Oftentimes it's not them, it's you. That's a hard pill to swallow. Whatever you're manifesting in your life, where you are in life, oftentimes is something that you're needing to pay attention to and to address. There's someone I used to really look up to who is no longer in my life, but her words, if you don't, how does she say? If you don't learn your lesson the first time, you are doomed to repeat them. And that is so true. Like I said in one of my previous videos, if you're the constant equation in these messed up relationships, you have the common denominator. It's you. And it was me. I was picking people who did not value me, who did not see me, who did not understand I am not low vibrational like you. Let's talk about projection real quick. Okay. I'm glad that came up. Projection. Oftentimes people think projection is a negative, right? They take negative, which is true. You know, if you're operating in a negative mind space and you out here doing people dirty or whatever, you're gonna assume that that's how other people operate. But nobody really talks about the flip side of that. For someone who, this is where you see people who have good hearts get taken advantage of, is because they're projecting their goodness and assuming that everyone is operating the same. And I know that because I have been that person. I could never. Yeah, well, somebody else could and absolutely would. So because I'm a good person or because I would never do those things, it's impossible for you to be in my life and do those things too. If only that were true. Now you can start doing the healing work and really start listening to your discernment and trusting yourself and weeding out individuals who don't align with what you stand for. But that assumption from the door, that was my issue. My assumption from the door that people were just as decent as I am. Honest. Wanting the best for people. Not out here trying to get over on nobody. That was my faux pas. And I had to stop projecting my goodness on other people and just giving them time to show me who they truly are. Tauruses are good for that. We'll sit back and watch you, honey. You would never know. You would think that we wasn't even paying attention. Saw all of it. Okay, but the problem was from the door, I projected that goodness in my spirit, in my heart, on the other people, and then would have to sit back and watch and realize, like, oh, you really an asshole. What that do? And then we get quiet, and then we go ghost. But anyway, yeah, just know, and it really just seems like such a simple thing, right? You shouldn't even have to say it, but it's true. Not everybody thinks the way you do. Not everybody sees the world the way you do. And give people, as I'm teaching my children, the opportunity to show themselves. And when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Don't convince yourself or allow them to convince you that they are something different. Their actions will speak it every single time. Narcissists are what I call them master illusionists. They hide behind words, smoke, and mirrors. But their actions give them away each and every time. Each and every time. I'm sitting here playing with my stones. But anywho, it's time for I think it's gonna be a quick video today. Up the card. Oh yeah, I know why I did that. Okay. I said I put cards in my Bible. Why did I do that? Well, because I have etching to do. And videos are usually one day behind, so Alexa, turn on my lights. And let there be lights. Hey y'all. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? That's me. Alright, so today, yesterday was, wow, I'm like 2 days behind here. At least in my journal. I don't need that. I just really need to know. And 2 seconds, y'all. Sometimes baby get busy. Okay, so today I don't know what it is about these pencils, but it gotta be a mechanical. I don't like pens unless it's something permanent, like I'm signing my name on a check or a contract that's gonna bring me some money. Otherwise, if it can be in a pencil, it needs to be in a pencil. And it needs to be a mechanical pencil. I don't do old schools. Something about that texture wears me out. When I was pregnant, well, one of these kids, I don't know which one, probably the oldest one. I couldn't eat cookies, like crumbly cookies. I don't know why. The texture of cookies crumbling it weirded me out. And he loves cookies. He absolutely loves cookies, especially the ones that crumble and have that like crunchy cookies. Like I like chewy cookies. Maybe that's what it is. I like soft chewy cookies, and I absolutely adore a specific type of cookie, but I'm not gonna put that out there because I feel like I'm giving away my cheat codes, and I'm just not gonna do that. But I will say I like chewy cookies. All right, good luck figuring out which one it is. But he loves the crumbly chocolate chip cookies, and I couldn't do it. It was too much, man. It was too much. But anyway, I don't know where that memory came from. Bible Roulette. Let's get to it. And for those of you who I don't know, this is my New Living Translation Bible that is nice, and I'm proud of the fact that it's toe up. Proud. People can say what they want about the Bible. This is my channel. See it on your channel. This is my channel. I'm talking about even this part is ripped. Look at that. Ripped, baby. That's the one thing that you should abuse. Okay? Something that's going to keep your life on the straight and narrow. Alright? Abuse the hell out of it. Get in there. Alexa, turn on branch. Let me balance. Did that help at all? I don't think so. It's like, what? Okay, let's see. And scene. Really? I'm always so surprised. And I'm surprised usually because now that I started writing the dates down of when I come across these passages. Oops. Last time I was on this one apparently was in March. I'm a lefty. Any lefties out there? Drop it in the comments. I heart left. I heart lefties with left hand emoji. But we're smart. Okay. The person that birthed me is a left-handed woman. I'm a lefty. I was really hoping that one of these kids would be a left-handed baby, but I got two righties. How plain. How common. I'm honored to be 5'3", left-handed, female. Okay. I'm and a Taurus. I love everything about me. Seriously. I would not change anything. All right. Today's Bible Roulette, and I have a whole lot underlined. Oh my goodness. Is Judges 1-3. Yeah, we're gonna take it because 3 is at the bottom, but we're gonna take it. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, March. Got you twice in March, huh? That's a whole lot, baby. I'm gonna read the underlines. Talk about instant karma. Adonai Bezedek. So this is Judges 1:6-7. Adonai Bezedek escaped, but the Israelites soon captured him and cut off his thumbs and big toes. 7. Adonai Bezedek said, I once had several kings with their thumbs and big toes cut off, eating scraps from under my table. Now God has paid me back for what I did to them. They took him to Jerusalem and he died there. Didn't we just talk about karma? I don't care how far you run. Hell, I've had to deal with karma. I don't know what exactly would have been the karma because I don't operate maliciously. I'm not out here trying to hurt people. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I think, if anything, my lessons have been rooted in understanding my value and not letting people play in my dang on face. I can see it. There's no God that would ever be okay with self-destructive friendships, or not loving yourself. I think that's one of the worst things in the world is to not truly love yourself and to let people play in your dang on face. And I had a lot of people playing in my face, people I had known for decades. And it's just because we knew each other for decades. It wasn't because they genuinely cared about me or genuinely loved me. And I stopped and I thought about it one day, like, these people don't like me. They use my energy. They like my uplifting nature, but they don't truly respect me or see me as the valuable friend that I am. Some people will literally just use you for your energy, use you for your positivity, use you for your motivation, and then disappear until they need more, like a true vampire. So let's skip down to 14. What is this woman's name? We're gonna say when A, all right, married Othniel, she urged him to ask her father for a field. She got down off her donkey, and Caleb asked her, what's the matter? 15, Judges 15. She said, let me have another gift. You have already given me land in the Negev. Now please give me my springs of water too. So Caleb gave her the upper and lower springs. I don't know why I underlined that, but okay. Israel fails to conquer the land. This is, sorry y'all, I'm getting notifications. Okay. Judges 1:19. It's still dark in here. And I need to order my new contacts. I got a Palo Santo coming, okay? So I'm literally getting stuff off my list of things to do. Contacts will be next. Israel fails to conquer the land. So Judges 1:19. The Lord was with the people of Judah, and they took possession of the hill country. But they failed to drive out the people living in the plains who had iron chariots. The town of Hebron was given to Caleb as Moses had promised, and Caleb drove out the people living there who were descendants of the 3 sons of Anak. Hope I said that right. Drop down to 23. They sent men to shout out Bethel, formerly known as Luz. They confronted a man coming out of the town and said to him, "Show us a way into the town and we will have mercy on you." So he showed them a way in, and they killed everyone in the town except the man and his family. Later the man moved to the land of the Hittites, where he built a town. He named it Luz, which is its name to this day. Something started smelling really good on my altar. What is that? Oh, I have an incense stick sticking here. I'm like, what is? Okay, you know what? Because my incense went out. Like something started smelling really good. What was that? Meditation, incense sticks. I have so much incense, it's ridiculous. Ooh, tomorrow is 5/12, and it's supposed to be a wonderful portal, spiritual portal. So I will be doing a special video for that. So let's get to manifesting. Love, money, the whole 9. If you want love, if you want money, if you want whatever you want, apparently tomorrow's the day. 27. The tribe of Manasseh failed to drive out the people living in Bethlehem, Tanakh, Dor. I told you these names, so we're going to say I and M, and all their surrounding settlements, because the Canaanites were determined to stay in that region. Drop down to 29. The tribe of Ephraim failed to drive out the Canaanites living in Gezer, so the Canaanites continued to live there among them. The tribe of Zebulun failed to drive out the residents of Kitron, I'm going to say in. So the Canaanites continued to live among them, but the Canaanites were forced to work as slaves to the people of Zebulun. 31. The tribe of Asher failed to drive out the residents of Acco, Sidon, Aaha, and Rohab. Instead, the people of Asher moved in among the Canaanites who controlled the land, for they failed to drive them out. You know what? I'm almost done. Likewise, the tribe of Naphtali failed to drive out the residents of Beth Shemesh and Beth Anath. Instead, they moved in among the Canaanites who controlled the land. Nevertheless, the people of Beth Shemesh and Beth Anath were forced to work as slaves for the people of Naphtali. As for the tribe of Dan, the Amorites forced them back into the hill country and would not let them come down into the plains. The Amorites were determined to stay in Mount Heres, hers. Harris? A and S. But when the descendants of Joseph became stronger, they forced the Amorites to work as slaves. Whenever I read those passages about how God made it very clear, it's like, run those people out. It's like you have one job. The Lord's messenger comes to Bukim. 2, Judges 2, verse 1. I have underlined here. I brought you out of Egypt into the land that I swore to give your ancestors, and I said that I would never break my covenant with you. Verse 2. For your part, you were not to make any covenants with the people living in this land. Instead, you were to destroy the altars. But you disobeyed my command. Why did you do this? So now I declare that I will no longer drive out the people living in your land. They will be thorns in your sides, and their gods will be a constant temptation for you. I'll put my thoughts in the notes, but yeah, I'll put my thoughts in the notes. I need to think about that one because there's something I want to say, and I want to make sure I get my words together. Israel destroys the Lord. 10, Judges 10, 1:10, excuse me. 2:10. This is chapter 2, verse 10. Okay. Israel disobeys the Lord. After the generation died, another generation grew up and did not acknowledge the Lord After the generation died, another generation grew up who did not acknowledge the Lord or remember the mighty things that he had done for Israel. The Israelites did evil in the Lord's sight and served the images of Baal. They abandoned the Lord, the God of their ancestors who brought them out of Egypt. They went after other gods, worshiping the gods of the people around them. They angered the Lord. They abandoned the Lord to serve Baal and the images of Ashtoreth. This made the Lord burn with anger against Israel, so he handed them over to raiders who stole their possessions. He turned them over to their enemies all around, and they were no longer able to resist them. Every time Israel went out to battle, the Lord fought against them, causing them to be defeated, just as he warned, and the people were in great distress. So much that could be said there, but again, I think I'm going to sit with my thoughts because we're getting to 51 minutes here. Okay. I underlined a lot of stuff here, so I'm going to read this last little thing, and then I'm going to let you guys go. And then the Lord rescues his people. There's an ongoing theme here in the Bible where, at least with the Israelites, right? And I think we understand now that we are all the Israelites. We are his people. For those of us who actually care to be decent people. There's an ongoing theme where God does miraculous things to rescue you. And you're good for a time. You can go back to your hoish ways or whatever. Warmongering, whatever. Strife. Complaining. Whatever. God's like, all right, I'm done with you. And then the people cry out, and then God steps back in and rescues them. God is like the ultimate parent. You know what I mean? You get what you put out, essentially. It's like when I think of the law of attraction, biblical text aside, when I think of the law of attraction, it's kind of like manifesting something, having it happen, then living a life that's opposite of what you truly want to manifest, getting scared, then coming back and speaking things in a better way, getting your energy together, and then you start manifesting again, if that makes sense. Like, not saying that God doesn't exist, but there is a thing with faith in oneself. How often do you have faith in yourself and then you lose it somewhere along the way, and then you got to get yourself together and then come back to yourself, because God is here. That's a constant push and pull dance, I think, with ourselves that we go through. You get on a winning streak, everything is going great, and then you go through a dark time, or maybe things start to slow down, or maybe you start to drift away from the things that you know are good for you. Start giving yourself a pass, or being around low vibrational things, or entertaining low vibrational things, and then having to find your way back. That's how I see that. So, all right, I'm gonna leave it there, y'all, because again, this is getting kind of long. But I'm gonna think on it. I'm gonna post my thoughts in the description of the video. I gotta move on with my day. I so enjoy hanging out with you guys. So have a beautiful weekend. Make sure that you think about what you want to manifest tomorrow. Yeah, stay blessed, stay wonderful, stay kind. Most of all, stay loved. All right, talk to you later. Bye.